This is our city, the city of Bristol. Once upon a time, it used to be a bunch of shit like this. And now, instead of a bunch of shit, just a bit different. If history were a pie, it'll be the prehistoric slice found in the back of my mum's fridge. Untouched and appetising, and probably covered in some questionable mould. But today, we will dig into this pie and see what it uncovers. Experts say that Neanderthals haven't lived in Bristol for thousands of years. But that's not true, because my ex just lives around the corner. So, I'm going to speak to one of these experts to see what's really happening.
So Nigel, you're telling me that, supermarkets didn't exist in prehistoric times? How did they survive?
Supermarkets did not exist, no.
So you're telling me the cavemen didn't have the convenience of going down the road to a Lidl? How did they survive without the deals on R4?
Lidl did not exist back then. Supermarkets did not exist. They had to gather and hunt their own food.
So, no Tesco meal deals? No club cards?
Supermarkets weren't invented until thousands of years after the cavemen.
Huh.
About 3 years later, the cavemen evolved, but not evolved enough to fight the Romans. The Romans came here like they owned the place, like that one annoying neighbour who steals your lawnmower, but instead of a lawnmower, it was an entire country. This is the ruins of an old Roman bath, except it's not. That's down the road, in Bath, which is miles away and not within our budget. It's actually a church that was bombed in World War II. So, a couple of years after a long day of gladiator fighting, eating grapes and stealing God's names from the Greeks, the Romans came here to a Roman bath, but to them, a bath.
It's yellow, we're rolling. So, Nigel, why did the Romans build the baths? Was it because they were too lazy to have showers?
Well, no, actually. The Roman baths were an integral part of society, not only as hygiene, but social hubs.
So they had a jacuzzi?
No, I don't believe jacuzzi was part of the original design.
Oh, that's a shame. They would have had amazing Roman parties. Tits out, todgers out.
Togas.
Isn't it the camera's not on you, mate?
Togas.
Yeah, it would have made the history a lot more interesting, rather than this boring shit.
The Romans were actually very smart. For the baths, they used a heating system called hypocaust, which essentially warmed the air underneath the baths.
So, it sounds like a bit of a dodgy kebab, doesn't it? Wait. So, let me get this straight. So, they were basically just walking on hot air.
In a matter of speaking, yes.
So it's kind of a little bit like Harry Potter. Imagine walking into the bath and seeing Dumbledore with his todger out.
It's a toga.
That's all we have time for today. But join us next week while we go visit Banksy and his lesser known brother, Clive.